right, guys, I think we'll go ahead and get started. I'll just watch for anybody else to pop in here. So just go ahead and come to a nice comfortable seat and find a nice tall spine. Maybe you're bringing one foot up into your lap, or maybe both. It just said my internet connection is unstable. Start to press the sit bones down. Someone else is here. And start to lengthen up through the crown. Maybe you're trying to bring both feet up into the lap. So sit bones rooting down, crown is lifting up. Lift the heart, lift the shoulders, draw them back, and let them slowly melt down the back. Do that a couple more times with your own breath. Inhaling the shoulders up, roll them back. Let the exhale, relax them down the back. 2 more times, really lengthening the breath now, connecting deeply with each breath. And then we'll just find stillness here with our eyes closed. Imagine that every inhale is a new opportunity to invite the unmanifest parts of yourself into your body. And every exhale is an opportunity to soften and let go of some of this tension we hold. Notice that just slowing the breath and slowing the thoughts already starts to loosen some of this tension around the head and the neck and the shoulders. See if you can keep this deep connection with the breath. Inhale, drop the right ear towards the right shoulder and start to just slowly circle the head around. Keep the sit bones rooting down and the heart lifting up. Keep the shoulders soft. Maybe the shoulders start to roll a little bit too, or the torso starts to move. Slowly come back to stillness in the center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, and start to circle the other direction. Slowly come back to stillness in the center. Inhale, lengthen. Now bring the soles of the feet together. You can have them in close to the body or a little further away if that feels better. Start to press the feet together and see if that'll help you lower the knees down. Lengthen up, and then maybe you start to fold forward a little bit. Keep the length in your spine and the lift in your heart. Using each exhale to soften through the face, the shoulders. One more time, staying here, press the feet together and see if that'll help you drop the knees at all and try to settle in just a little more on the last exhale. And slowly come back up. Now we'll come onto the hands and knees. You get a nice tabletop setup here. Spread the fingers wide, press into the hands. Actually, we'll turn the wrists around. Turn the back of the wrists to face forward. Opening up the forearms here. You can stay right here. Or you can start to shift your body back a little bit if you want a little more intensity. See if you can roll the shoulders back, shine the heart forward, and then sink back just a little bit more. One more breath. And slowly release, turn the hands back around. Now we're going to inhale and peel the right arm up towards the sky, twisting open. And come back to hands and knees. Inhale, peel the left arm up, twist open. And and come back, hands and knees. Now kick back through the right heel. Keep the toes planted on the ground. Find a nice calf stretch as you press back through that heel. Keep pressing to the hands to shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. Keep the back of the neck long. Start to draw the belly in and up. Really root back through that heel. Now lift the right leg up. Keep that foot flexed, toes pointing down and in. And imagine this tabletop that is your body and your leg and your neck. Now reach your left hand forward and you shake somebody's hand. Keep the shoulder not only relaxed, but also drawing back into the socket. Keep looking down and press back through the heel as you reach forward through the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Round it out. But keep your hips in one line on the side. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, round it out. Maybe you start to lift the leg a little higher than level. You can point or flex. Next time you extend, keep that leg up. Plant the left hand, curl the left toes, lift up like three-legged dog. Come up high on your tippy toes, let your head be heavy. Slowly sink that left heel down towards the ground. One more time, come up on the tippy toes, relax your head and your neck. Exhale, sink into that heel, lower the right foot, downward facing dog. Bend your knees a little bit and see if you can find a little more length in your spine. Shake the head out, press into the hands. Blossom that booty up towards the sky as you lift those sit bones up and back. Maybe you start to drop into the heels, straight into the legs. Inhale, come on the tippy toes, ripple forward into plank. Pressing into the hands to shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back. Draw the belly in and up. Find your breath, find your strength. Slowly roll to the outside edge of the left foot, peel the right arm up like side plank. Keep pressing into that hand to lift the hips a little bit higher and come back to plank. Find that length and then roll to the outside of the right foot, peel the left arm up. Press into the fingers and the knuckles and lift the hips. Come back to plank. Lower the knees. Keep the hips stacked over the knees. Walk the hands forward like puppy pose. See if you can bring your forehead to rest here and settle in. Keep your hands active. Press into the hands. If you're trying to lengthen the spine, pressing the sit bones back. Then roll the shoulders back and melt through the heart. Maybe lift the wrists up off the ground, coming up on 10 fingertips here. And use each exhale to soften some of that tension around the neck, jaw, the traps. Slowly come back up to your hands and your knees. Kick back through the left heel. Keep the toes rounded. Arms are straight and strong. Back of the neck is long. Core is engaged. Holding on to each breath as long as you can. Really opening that calf up as you root back through that heel just a little bit more. Lift that leg off the ground till it's parallel to the ground. Flex the foot, press back through the heel, and reach the right hand forward. Shoulders relaxed and drawing back. Back of the neck is long, you're looking down. Press into the fingers and knuckles. Inhale, a little more length from your heel to your fingertips. Exhale, bring your knee all the way to your nose. And start to move with your breath. You can start to look forward a little bit on the inhale, but keep the back of your neck long. Don't crunch it up. Next time you extend, keep the leg lifted, plant the hand down, curl the right toes, come up, three-legged dog. Head is heavy, breath is deep. Come up on the toes, sink into the heel. One more time, up on the toes. And sink into the heel, lower the left foot, downward facing dog. So find that length in the spine, bend the knees a little bit, press into the hands, lift those sit bones up and back, and then drop weight into the heels and try to open the whole back side of the body. On every exhale, see what you can soften here, melting the heart down towards the knees. Okay, now we're going to curl the toes under and walk the feet forward. If this is the first time you've done this, it might be excruciating. After just a couple times, you won't believe how much it opens up the tops of the feet Bring your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Grab your elbows and start to sway a little bit. Shake your head a little bit. Start to press down into the feet. Soften the traps up away from the ears. Release your arms. Keep your knees bent. Clench your right hand or stay on the fingertips if you need to. Right in between your big toes. Bend your right knee. Peel your left arm up. Let your gaze fall. So you're pressing your right knee forward and lifting the left hip up. Trying to roll that left shoulder back a little more. Soften through the traps and the jaw and the eyes. And release. Plant the left hand, bend the left knee. Peel the right arm up. Let the gaze follow. Roll that right shoulder back as you lift the right hip up. And come back. Now we'll move with the breath. So plant the right hand down, bend the right knee. Inhale, peel it up. Exhale, plant the left hand down. Bend the left knee. Inhale, peel the right arm up. It just sit unstable again. Plant the right hand down, bend the right knee. Inhale, left hand reaches up. One more time to the other side. Bend the left knee. Inhale, peel the right arm up. Come back to center, bend the knees, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale here. Keeping your head and arms heavy, slowly roll up. Press into the feet. All right, lift the heart, roll the shoulders down and back. See if you can interlace the fingers back behind you. Maybe you can glue the palms all the way together. All right, press the feet down, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back, and then start to lift the arms a little bit. Keep pressing through the feet as you hinge the hips. You can bend your knees if you need to. Shake your head a little bit. Keep reaching the arms up and overhead. Trying to glue those palms together if you can. Soften through the traps. Maybe you start to rock a little way into the balls of the feet, lifting the sit bones up and back. Trying to straighten the legs. On each exhale, soften and let something go. Lower the hands back down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Find that nice long line of energy. Strengthen the arms. Roll the outside to the left foot. Peel the right arm up. Keep the hips lifted. If you need to lower the left knee, you can. See where you can find length on the inhale. See where you can soften on the exhale. Maybe the right arm comes up alongside the ear. Come back to plank and roll to the outside of the right foot. Breathe down into that hand to lift up through the hips. Maybe reaching that left arm up alongside the ear, lengthening the whole left side of the body. And come back to plank. Lower the knees and then the chest. Leave your booty in the air. Bring your chin down. Breathing into the low back here. Maybe starting to wag your tail a little bit. Maybe drop that right hip down towards the mat. Move really slowly here. Coming back to center, dropping the left hip towards the mat. One more time. Slowly come back to center and then untuck the toes. Keep your hands under the shoulders. Press into the feet to lift the heart up. Lift the hands to make sure you're not using them here. Keep breathing to the feet and lift the heart. You can bring the hands back down to pull the heart forward a little bit. Soften through the traps, the eyes. Slowly lower back down. Press back to child's pose. And we'll lift it right up, downward facing dog. Engaging those hands, press into your fingers and knuckles. Let your head be heavy. Let your breath be deep. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Come up on the tippy toes. Sink into the heel. And then we'll slowly hop the left foot forward, all the way up to meet the hands to standing splits at the top of the mat. Let your head hang down. Lift your leg up high, but try to keep the hip facing down towards the mat instead of opening it up to the side. Pull the belly in. Maybe starting to rock a little way to the ball of the foot, shooting that leg up a little higher. Now turn the toes out to the side to stack the hips. Now we are opening the hip up to the side. And peel your right arm up towards the sky. See if you can get your torso parallel to the ground, just like that right leg. Kick back through that heel. Roll the right hip back a little bit. Lower the right hand back down, come back to standing splits. Turning the hip to face the mat, letting your head be heavy. Reach the right foot up high. And then we're just going to slowly come all the way up to standing, bringing the right knee with us. Hugging it in up nice and tight as you root down into the left foot. And then we'll come into tree pose, bringing that right foot onto the thigh or onto the lower leg. Bring your hands to your heart. Root down to find a little more length. Exhale to soften. Scoop your hips forward a little bit, let the knee fall back. And lower your right foot down. Keep your knees stacked over your ankles, lower your booty back behind you enough to sweep the floor. Reach your arms forward and up, sit into the chair. Is it loud out there? Pull your belly and sit down just a little bit more. Reach up out of the waist. See if you can feel everything hugging in towards center line, finding inward spiral of the thighs. And keep your heart lifted and lace your fingers back behind you. See if you can get your palms to glue together here. Find a little backward bend, just straighten into the arms, and then start to lift the arms as you hinge forward. Maybe you straighten into the legs, shake your head a little bit. Find your breath. Lower your hands down, inhale, press them into your shins, lift up halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank, and lower through chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Inhale, lift the heart, soften through the shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Press into the fingers and knuckles more, especially that thumb and index finger. Rolling the shoulders back to shine the heart forward, soften your chest, creating some space here. Inhale, left foot lifts up high. Come up on the toes, sink into the heel. Come up on the toes and hop it forward to standing splits. Let your head hang down, lift that leg up as high as you can without turning that hip out to the side. Find your breath. Now turn that toes out to the side to open the hip out to the side, stacking the hips here if you can. And when you feel balanced, feel the left arm up. Maybe the gaze follows. See if you can lift your torso a little higher. Take one nice long line from your heel to your crown. Press that through the heel. Roll the left hip back. Find your breath. Lower the left hand back down. Turn the hip to face the mat again. Standing splits. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Left foot lifting up. Now really root down to the right foot. As you slowly come to standing, bring the left knee with you. Hug it in and up. Once you feel balanced, find that tree pose. Pressing the foot and thigh together evenly. Bring the hands to the heart. And visualize growing roots down through the floor to lengthen up a little bit. Use your exhale to soften. Keep your gaze and your breath steady. Lower the left foot, keep the knees stacked over the ankles, lower your booty behind you, sweep the floor, reach the arms forward and up. Sink in a little more, find that internal rotation of the thighs, reach up out of the waist, soften the shoulders down the back, chin is parallel to the ground, unless you're trying to look up and find the back of the bend. Keep the heart lifted, release the fingers behind you, see if the palms can glue, straighten into the arms, start to lift the arms as you hinge forward, fold forward, relax your head and your neck. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank and lower through chaturanga. Moving back and downward facing dog. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, lift the right foot up high, come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose and step it through like crescent lunge. Stack your knee over your ankle, press it straight out over the second toe. Draw the right hip back, inch the left hip forward, reach it outwards. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Steady your gaze, deepen your breath. Use the inhale to find a little more length. You exhale to find a little more softness. Now we're going to take flight. We're going to keep off that back leg and lift it up till it's parallel to the ground. Bring your hands to your heart. Flex the foot. Point the toes down and slightly in to level the hips. Press back through the heel. Find a deep breath. Let the right fingertips down. Now turn the toes open to the side to open the hips to the side. Peel the left arm up. Maybe the gaze follows. See if you can lift your upper body up just a little bit higher. Find a little more length in your heel to your crown. We're going to slowly come all the way up to reverse warrior. We're going to keep bending the right knee. Step the left foot back. Press the knee over second toe. Reach the right hand up. Heart with the hands down. Chaturanga. Leaning back and down, facing up. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, lift the left foot up, come up on the toes. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, crescent lunge. Stack your knee over ankle, your shoulders over your hips, sink in. Imagine you're prying that right hip flexor open. By pressing the left knee forward and drawing the left hip back. See what you can soften on the exhale. And keep your leg everywhere you can. Keep the deep bend in the knee. Kick off that back leg. Everything parallels the ground. Bring your hands to your heart. Flex your foot. Toes point down and in. Level the hips out. Lengthen from heel to crown. Find your breath. Steady your gaze. Plant the left fingertips. Turn the toes open to the side now. Opening the hips. Peel the right arm up. See if you can lift your torso at all. Get everything parallel to the ground and lengthen out. Keep a bend in the left knee as you come all the way up to reverse the warrior. Press that knee straight out over the second toe. Cartwheel hands down, chaturanga. Knee back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot high, come up on the toes. Exhale, knee nose, step it through, warrior one. Set it up. Keep your heart lifted and release your fingers back behind you. See if you can find a little backward bend. Keep the deep bend in the knee as you hinge forward. Drop your head inside that knee. Shake your head out a little bit. Find your breath. Now spin the left heel down as you drag your body towards the left, finding a wide leg forward fold. Turn your toes in towards each other. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold. Keep reaching the arms up overhead. Keep softening through the traps, the jaw, the eyes. Now bend the right knee and bring your body over towards that right knee. Keep your head heavy and your breath deep. Slowly come back to center, bend the left knee. Drag your head over towards that left foot. Slowly come back to center and release your arms down to the ground. Now walk your hands forward like a wide leg downward facing dog. So your hands are still shoulder distance apart, your fingers are spread wide, let your head hang down. Press into the hands. Soften the chest away from the ears, creating a little space here. Maybe you come on the tippy toes, and then sink back down to the heels a couple times. Now slowly walk your hands back under your shoulders, put a little bend in the knees, and slowly come up. Turn to the right, turn your toes towards the top of the mat, come back into that crescent lunge, and then we'll take flight again. Kick off that back leg and everything parallels the ground, bring the hands to the heart. Flex the foot, point the toes down and in, lengthen from heel to crown, and then step the left foot to meet the right and sit back in the chair. Reach the arms forward and up. Find that internal rotation, sink in a little more, reach up out of the waist. Press into the feet, stand up, find a little back foot bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Press into the feet, inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive, lead with the heart. Empty every last drop as you fold deeply here. Let that inhale lift you halfway up. Exhale, chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Settle in here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, lift the left foot up high. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, step it through, press the lunge, sink in, reach up. Keep the heart lifted, interlace the fingers behind you. Keep pressing the left foot forward as you find a little backward bend. Then hinge forward, dropping your head inside the knee, relax your head and your neck, reach the arms up and overhead, soften through the traps, the neck, the jaw. Drag your body over to the right, find that wide leg forward fold. Keep reaching the arms up and overhead. See what you can soften on the exhale. Again, we'll bend the right knee and drag our body over towards the right. Come back to center, bend the left knee, drag your body over. Come back to center, keep reaching your arms up and overhead. And lower your hands down to the ground. Now plant the right hand or stay on the fingertips if you need to. Peel the left arm up, maybe the gaze follows. See if you can rock a little way into the balls of the feet, lifting the sit bones up and back. Roll that left shoulder back. And slowly release, plant the left hand. Peel the right arm up. Lower the right hand back down, bring the hands under the shoulders, little bend in the knees, hands to the hips, and slowly come up. Turn all your toes to face forward, find that crescent lunge, and then take flight. Kick off that back leg and everything parallel to the ground. Plant those left fingertips down, peel that right arm out. Lengthen out from heel to crown. Come all the way up to reverse the warrior, deep bend in the left knee, and cartwheel hands to match, chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Now one more time, if it wasn't too excruciating, on the tops of the feet, we walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale to lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Now inhale, reach the right foot back behind you. Turn the toes open to the long edge of the mat, try to stack the hips. Press back through the heel. Peel the right arm up, lengthen from heel to crown. Roll that right hip back, roll that right shoulder back. Now we're going to keep the twist here. We're just going to set the right foot right back down next to the left and try to bend the knees. Try to lower the booty a little more, keep twisting. If you want more twist, you can hook that left elbow outside the knee for leverage and roll that right shoulder back a little more. Pull the belly in, soften through the traps. Find your breath. Stay seated in the chair. Keep your upper body facing this direction. Just lift it upright. Right hand reaching back, left hand reaching forward. Maybe you can gaze back at the right hand. Relax the shoulders, draw the left hip back. Trying to keep the hips facing forward. And slowly step the left foot back. We'll find reverse crescent. Right hand finds left thigh. Left hand reaches up. Now cartwheel the left hand down inside the right foot. Press the right knee forward more. Gaze up at the right hand. Peel the right shoulder back a little more. Find your breath. Maybe lift that right heel up off the ground, coming up on the toes here. Slowly lower the left knee all the way down. Lift the upper body, just like reverse crescent, but on the ground here. Right hand finds left thigh, left hand reaches up. Bring your hands down in front of your foot. And again, see if you can lift that heel up off the ground, rolling up on toes here. And lower the right heel back down. Curl the left toes under. Shoot the left foot all the way up like standing splits. Slowly come to standing, bring the left knee with you. And we'll cross the left knee over the right. See your toes move out all the way around. Bring your arms out to the sides. And cross the left arm under the right. See if your palms can touch. Sink in just a little bit. Softening that standing ankle and standing knee. Draw the elbows out and up. Soften the shoulders down the back. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Find your breath. Slowly come up. Keep your eagle arms. Lift your left knee high. Hinge forward. Shoot that leg high like standing splits with eagle arms. Let your head be heavy. Press down into the right foot and up through the left foot. Slowly step it back into crescent lunge with eagle arms. Press the knees straight out over the second toe. Find a little backward bend. Plant the left hand down inside the right foot. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Sweep the right foot back, side plank. Bring the right arm up alongside the ear, lengthen out. Step the right foot behind you, flip it over. Lifting the hips and the heart, relaxing the head and the neck, reaching through the fingers. Come back to plank. And lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. And then we'll lower down to the knees to a child's pose for a couple of breaths. Feel free to grab a drink. If you'd rather stay in down dog, that's fine too. When you're ready, come back up, downward facing dog. On the tops of your feet, step your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Lift the left foot up till it's parallel to the ground. Turn the toes out to the side, stacking the hips. Peel the left arm up, stacking the shoulders. Roll that left shoulder, left hip back, press back through the heel. Find your breath. Keep your upper body twisted, lower the left foot to meet the right. Bend the knees more, lower the booty more. If you want more twist, flip the right elbow outside the knee and roll that left shoulder back more. Pull the belly in, inhale to lengthen, exhale to soften. Stay seated in the chair. Keep your upper body facing this direction, lift it up, gaze back with the left hand, soften through the shoulders, draw the right hip back, find your breath. Slowly step the right foot back, find that reverse crescent, left hand, right thigh, left knee bends, right hand reaches up. Cartwheel right hand down inside the foot, reach the left hand up, gaze up with it, rolling the left shoulder back. Maybe rolling up on those toes, lifting the heel up off the ground. And then lower the heel back down, lower the right knee down. Lift the upper body, like reverse crescent, left hand finds right thigh. And lower both hands to frame the foot. Lift that heel up, roll up on the toes, sink into the hips here. Use your breath. Lower that heel back down. Curl the right toes under, shoot the right foot all the way up. Standing splits, head is heavy, breath is deep. Slowly come to standing, bring the right knee with you, and then we'll cross over the left. Maybe the toes wrap on this side, arms out to the sides, right arm under left, maybe the palms touch. Sink in, draw the elbows out and up. Soften those traps down away from the ears. Find the length Slowly lift the right knee up high, bend forward like standing splits with eagle arms. Head is heavy, breath is deep. Step it back, crescent lunge with eagle arms. Bend the left knee a lot, find a little backward bend. Cartwheel right hand down. Gaze up the left hand, roll to the outside of the right foot, sweep the left foot back, side plank. Bring the left arm up alongside the ear to lengthen, set the left foot behind you, and flip it over. Relax your head and your neck. Let something go. Come back to plank. And lower through chaturanga. Meeting back and down facing dog. Inhale, the right foot lifts up high. Come up on the toes. Hop the left foot forward, standing splits to the top of the mat. Slowly come to standing, bring the right knee with you. We're going to find tree pose again. Pressing the foot into the thigh. Finding your balance. If you feel balanced here, we're going to turn and twist to the left. Maybe you can grab onto that right hip with your left hand. Grabbing the left hip with your right hand. Twist a little more. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Keep scooping the hips forward and dropping the knee back. And try to peel that left shoulder back a little bit, using your hands and your arm strength. Find a little twist on the inhale, and then softening the exhale. And slowly release your right foot down. Press down into the feet, lift up through the heart, inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen forward. Inhale, lift up half raise. And exhale, chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot high, come up on the toes, hop it forward, standing splits. Find your breath. Root down into the right foot, come all the way up to standing, bring the left knee up high. Find that tree pose. If you feel balanced and steady, start to turn to the right, maybe grabbing those hips to twist a little more, rolling the right shoulder back. Keep your gaze and your breath steady. Last balance pose, I promise. Slowly release, left foot down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, lengthen forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Meeting back and down, facing dog. Now we're going to lower down to the knees. Come on to hands and knees. And cross the right knee right in front of the left. See if you can walk your feet out to the sides a little bit. And then come up onto the knees. Bring your hands onto the hips. Scoop your hips forward, lift up through the heart. Soften through the face and the shoulders. You can stay right here, or you can inhale the arms up. Interlacing the fingers, turning your palms to face up. You can drop it to either side here. Slowly come back up, lower your hands down, uncross your knees, and we'll do some big slow circles with the hips. And we'll switch directions. Come back to stillness in the center. Cross your left knee in front of your right. Try to walk your feet out to the sides and come up onto the knees, bringing the hands to the hips. Staying here or inhaling the arms up, interlace the fingers, palms face up. Dropping it to either side or both sides here. Keep your breath and your gaze steady. Slowly release your hands back down. Come onto the hands and knees for those big, slow circles with the hips. Switch directions. Come back to stillness in the center. Keep your hips stacked over your knees. Walk your hands forward like puppy pose. Let your forehead rest. Settle in here. See how long you can make this breath. See how soft you can get on the exhale. Maybe you lift those wrists up, coming up on those fingertips. Coming back to that invitation. Every inhale, invoking that unmanifest into your body. And every exhale, trying to let go just a little bit more. Slowly bring the hands back under the shoulders. Now we're just going to drag the left knee up towards the left wrist like half pigeon pose. Maybe you need to use your hand to draw that left foot up towards the top edge of the mat. Maybe someday your shin will be parallel to the top edge of the mat. For now, it's not important. It's just that if it's not close, then keep that foot flexed to protect the knee. Now lift the right knee up and wiggle those right toes back a little bit and then untuck them. And then try to sit down. Try to level the hips out. You bring the hands back towards the hips and lift through the heart. Now walk the fingers forward. Lower the forehead down to rest here. Now see if you can inhale for 7, maybe even 8 or 9 counts. Make the exhale just as long as you melt in here, letting go of some of this tension we hold. You can stay right here, or you can open the hands and thread the needle with the left arm reaching out towards the right, bringing the left ear down, reaching the right hand forward. Maybe lifting up onto those fingertips. Slowly come back up. Curl the right toes under. Shoot the left foot all the way up. 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. You can make big circles with the hip here, or you can just keep twisting open, trying to stack the hips. Keep your head heavy, the breath deep. Keep rooting down to the hands. And come back downward facing dog. Lower down to the knees. And now drag your right foot up towards the right knee, maybe using your hand to drag that foot up towards the top edge, flexing that foot if it doesn't come close to parallel to the mat. Lift the left knee, wiggle those left toes back, and then lower it back down. Try to level the hips as you bring your hands back to the hips and lengthen up. And now walk it forward, let your forehead come to rest, and settle in. Keep your breath and your gaze steady. See how long you can stay with this breath. Mostly seeing how long you can stay focused. Seeing how long you can stay dedicated to staying right here in this moment, with this pose, with this sensation. When your mind starts to wander, you kind of cut the breath off. That's your mind convincing you there's something better it should be doing right now. Then using each inhale as a new opportunity to invite the unmanifest and using that energy to help you release this tension you hold. Oh yeah, if you want to thread the needle, you can come up and reach that right arm out to the left, bringing the right ear down, walking the left hand forward. Maybe lifting that wrist up, coming up onto the fingertips. Slowly come back up. Curl the left toes, shoot the right up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips, maybe start to circle the hips, press into the hands, keep the head heavy. And come back down to facing dog. All right, lower the knees down. Shift the hips off to the left. Straighten the right leg out. Make 90 degrees here with the two legs. Kick out through the right heel. Inhale the arms up, reach up. Turn your body to face that leg and lengthen out. See what you can grab. Inhale, lengthen up. Now pull your heart towards the foot. Try to level your shoulders out, soften them down the back, and keep pulling your heart a little closer to the foot. See if you can stay focused and present to stay with this breath as long as possible. Slowly come back up. Straighten the left leg out. Bring the right foot in. Kick out through the left heel. Inhale the arms up. Turn to face that leg. Lengthen out. Grab what you can. And keep pulling the heart towards the foot. Soften the shoulders down the back. Keep lengthening the back of the neck. So sometimes we just use our yoga and meditation to kind of get out of our head or escape from whatever we got going on in there. And that's great. But sometimes we use it to reformat the way we think about things or the way we breathe. Sometimes we're using it to learn a new way to be, learning to be present, learning to stay aware of our breath. Sometimes you might show up, that feels like too much, and you just go through the poses and you feel a little better afterwards, and that's awesome. But some days you might really use it as a practice of trying to retrain ourselves to be present, to stay with our breath, to stay in our body and out of our head. Slowly come back up, straighten both legs out in front. Press your hands into the mat, like you're trying to lift your booty up. Maybe you even lift the booty up. Kick through the heels, draw the toes back towards the face. Now draw the belly in and up. Lift the heart, tuck the chin towards the chest, and really root down into those hands. Lower the booty back down, inhale the arms up. Keep kicking through the heels if you can. Keep lengthening up as you reach forward, grab whatever you can, and keep pulling your heart towards your feet, rolling the shoulders down. Keep the back of the neck long. If you want to let your head get heavy, you can, but just keep your heart lifted so you're not rounding the spine. You'll notice once you get in the practice of keeping the breath really deep and slow, something really starts to shift in your body. You really start to let go of some of the tension you've been holding all your life, and things really start to happen. And then you start to get really curious, like, whoa, what if I did that more? What if I became more aware of this breath? And that's how you get hooked on the yoga path. It keeps you coming back for more because it awakens this little curiosity of like, oh my God, what if I bring more of that unmanifest or more of that prana into my life in other ways? Slowly come back up. Okay, let's bring the feet flat on the ground, reach your hands forward and slowly roll back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Lower your feet down flat. We're lining our heels up with our sit bones here. So use your hands to make sure that's happening. Press into the feet, lift the hips up. See if you can lift them a little higher. See if you can get your shoulders under your body, rocking yourself side to side a little bit. Maybe you can interlace your fingers under there. Maybe you can glue your palms all the way together. Draw your hands down into the mat. Push your feet down into the mat. Lift your hips up. Lift your chest if you're trying to bring it all the way up to meet your chin. Relax your head and your neck and your face. Find your breath. Slowly come back down. Soften through the low back and belly. We'll do that again. Press into the feet, lift the hips, lift them a little higher. See if you can interlace your fingers, maybe opposite thumb on top. Draw your hands down to lift your hips a little more. See if you can soften on the exhale. Maybe you roll up on the tippy toes. Maybe you lift one leg up high. Stay with your breath. Make sure to even things out here. Lift everything up one more time, roll up onto the tippy toes, and then really slowly lower down. Hug your knees into your chest. We'll do one more back bend. So you can do just like we were just doing, where you can bring your hands up by your ears with your fingers pointing back towards your feet, and lift all the way up into a full wheel. Press into your hands and feet, lift up through the hips. Try to keep your knees and elbows stacked so we're not bending out to the sides. Relax your head and your neck and your face. Maybe you roll on the tippy toes, lift everything up one more time. Then slowly come down. If you're all the way up, tuck your chin first. Then one vertebrae at a time lowers back down. Hug your knees into your chest. All right, lower your feet down flat. Cross your right knee over your left. Straighten your arms out to the sides. You can try your palms facing down if you like. Shift your hips to the right and lower the knees to the left. Maybe your toes wrap all the way around that calf for a little more. Gaze out over the right leg. Soften through the shoulders, the traps, the jaw. Stay with your breath. Maybe you can inhale for 10 counts. See if you can use all of your focus to take just the tiniest bit of air at a time, creating just the littlest, tiniest airstream, so you can hold on to each breath a little longer. So it almost feels like you're not even breathing. Like I couldn't even see you moving because it's so slow, so subtle. And see if that helps you to soften just a little bit more on the exhale, letting go of some of this tension in our shoulders, our neck, our mind. So there's certain ways we just tend to be or learn to be that don't really serve us. Create a lot of tension in our lives. So just by disrupting some of these patterns, just of the way you breathe, or what you do with your eyes, your head and neck, can really have profound impact on your life. So not only are we normally not even getting enough oxygen to our brain, normally our shallow breathing keeps us in a perpetual state of fight or flight. But just by breathing a little deeper and slower, you're sending a message to your body on a cellular level that everything's okay, that there is no threat. Come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Lower your feet down flat. Cross the left knee over the right. Arms out to the sides. You can do palms face up or down. Hips to the left, knees to the right. Maybe those toes wrap around that calf. Gaze out over the left hand. Relax the shoulders. See how long you can make this breath last. And see if you can feel each breath. Is that little soothing reminder, communicating with yourself on the deepest level possible, that everything is okay. Because when our mind wanders and we worry about things, the reptilian part of our brain that's always ready for battle, it can't tell the difference between just a little silly worry and a threat to your life. So basically, every little tiny worry has the capacity to threaten your nervous system, to never be in a state of relaxation. And it's only in that state that your body can actually do its job, that your immune system can be optimal, that your body sends the right messages to digest your food. So by practicing in yoga, staying with our breath, being present, releasing tension, hopefully we can learn these new ways of being. Slowly come back to center and hug your knees into your chest one last time. And then let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as the mat and let your toes fall open. Tuck your chin just a little bit one last time to lengthen the back of the neck. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And close your eyes down. So what if there really was nothing worth worrying about? What if we could convince ourselves that worry never helps anything and has the potential to put us in that fight or flight mode? And what if we could learn that instead of having thoughts of worry, of doubt, of fear, what if we could learn a new way of being? Where we just stay present and connected to the breath and get curious about potential solutions. Just kind of flipping the script a little, instead of worrying about all the things that could go wrong. Just starting to focus on all the things that are going right and all the ways in which you can show up better to make sure they continue to go right. So see if you can communicate that to yourself on the deepest level, on a cellular level, just by taking the deepest, slowest, most nourishing breath, letting every part of your being remember that everything is okay, that everything is actually perfect. Invite a deeper breath back into your body. Invite movement back into your fingers and into your toes. And invite yourself to look at every little thing in your life today as a gift. Instead of an obstacle or a problem, look at every little thing, every little moment as an opportunity to practice your new ways of being, to stay with the breath, and to continue to send this message to your body. Giving your nervous system a real break, a nice little reset. Roll over onto your right side. And when you're ready, press yourself back up to the seat. Inhale the arms up overhead, squeeze your palms together. One more time, we'll lift everything up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your head bow to the wisdom of your heart. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste.